Hello, thank you for coming in today. My name is Melody Parker, and I'll be playing the role as a licensed counselor. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Ashley. I'm a wife and a mom. I work outside of the home. Is there anything else you want me to, what else do you need to know maybe?
What would you like me to call you today?
Ashley's fine.
Ashley? Okay, Ashley. I have a list of questions right here that I'm going to go over and ask you in sections. Let's start with our family history. What did your family look like growing up?
Mom, brother, sister, stepdad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Siblings-wise, were they all your siblings, or did we have a blended family with step-siblings or anything like that?
No. Older brother, little sister.
Okay. Was there any substance use on your biological side of your family, your biological dad, maybe some siblings?
Maybe some drinking.
Okay. Anything else? Any drugs?
Not that I'm aware
of. Okay. And what about grandparents? Maybe any grandparents or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Any mental health issues?
Such as
maybe depression, anxiety, things of that sort. Yes.
Yes, depression and anxiety both for sure.
Any trauma or abuse that might have happened?
Probably. I don't know that I'm really aware of deeper with mom and dad and all that, but I would say probably so.
Anything physical to you that you can remember?
No.
Okay, and you mentioned that we had step family, and so did the house look different at mom's house than it did maybe at your dad's house?
Yes.
At our dad's house, did we have step parent or step siblings or anything like that?
Yes, stepmom, step siblings for sure.
And what was the living condition like? How were they different at each house?
Dad's house was the life of the party. It was fun. Mom's house was just rules, everyday life.
Okay. All right. And what did your relationship look like with your family members, between your parents, between your siblings, maybe between step-parent?
I did not like my stepdad.
Okay.
I feel like it was okay with mom and brother and sister. Dad was good. Growing up, stepmom was good. Stepbrother and stepsister were fine.
Okay, so we had a decent relationship with all of them. Okay, and how did we communicate with one another? What did that look like?
Growing up?
Was it kind of just like shut off, or was it open communication to where, everyone knew the rules? There wasn't just like unspoken rules. What did it look like?
I feel like it was pretty open communication. We knew what was expected.
Was it told to you, or was it just an expectation that was placed upon you guys?
Both. I think it was mom, it was here are the expectations, and stepdad, it was always verbally every single day.
How were they told to you? Was it kind of like maybe a family meeting? You're like, hey guys, this is what our expectations are, here's what our rules are?
No.
Or did you have to do something and then it became a rule?
Yes.
Okay. Were there maybe some significant life events, good or bad? It doesn't have to be just bad. Maybe like a divorce or remarriage or a family crisis or a new sibling being born, anything like that throughout your childhood?
Well, mom and dad were already divorced before I could remember. Mom remarried. Dad remarried a couple of times, so there was lots of changes.
Okay, so now we're going to switch over to our current family. You mentioned that you were a mom and a wife. So, looking at that, how many children do you have?
3.
Okay. And what is your current living position?
I live with my husband and my youngest.
Okay, so there's 2 out of the house and 1 in the house. Okay. And what does your relationship look like with your sibling, with your children, and with your husband, and how your husband interacts with your children? How does that look like?
I say it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, big kids are gone and the youngest one's home, and we all just kind of live adult lives now
Mm-hmm.
and come together when we can.
Yeah. How is affection shown? How do you show love and affection to one another?
I'm not an affectionate person at all,
Mm-hmm.
so that's pretty minimal
And the same
towards anyone.
for your kids and your husband and everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a lot of enforced rules in the household? How are those told, the rules told? How does punishment work?
There's not, I feel like, kind of, I guess, like it was with growing up, like something has to happen for something to be enforced.
Okay. And our last question for this section, same one as for the other one. Any major life events have happened, good or bad?
Oh, I think there's been a lot of life events that have happened.
Can you tell me some maybe in the last year that have happened?
In the last year,
Mm-hmm.
I think just lifestyle changes in general were a big one. Just jobs and kids growing up.
Those are big ones. Okay, we're gonna tap a little bit into some medical history. So, have you ever suffered any severe medical problems?
My whole
Diabetes, heart problems, any kind of medical issues?
life. I was sick my whole life.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little more on that?
I mean, I guess it was just started with some neurological things with my brain, and then it was just depression and juvenile disorders, and then it was just, pregnancies were not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Each pregnancy was worse than the one before. Gut issues. There's just been so many different things that have compiled.
And do you still struggle with some of these?
Sometimes.
Today? Sometimes.
Some, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you ever been hospitalized for any of these?
I have multiple
times. Okay. All right. Now, our next section is some legal issues. Legally, have you ever been past, present? Have you ever been in any kind of legal issue that is related to drugs or alcohol?
No, I have not. I've not been in any trouble with drugs or alcohol.
Okay. All right, good. So you had said that you do have struggled with a little bit of depression, so that's part of some mental health history. How bad was that for you, your depression? Is it something you still struggle with today?
It is,
Yeah.
Something that's there all the time.
Would you say it's pretty severe, or it's, lighter?
It's on the higher end of severe depression.
And is it only at certain times that you might struggle with that something might trigger it, or is it something that's just a consistent struggle that you have?
Consistently, it's on a lower end, and there will be days that things would happen that will trigger a memory from the past that will definitely make it worse.
Okay. All right. And have you ever sought out any kind of therapy or counseling for anything before?
No, I've not. I've done that before.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to jump into some school, some work, financial history, all of those things. So, tell me about your education. You finished high school, you went to college. What does that look like for you?
Went to high school, went to college, dropped out of college, went back to college, and finished as an adult.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. How long have you been out of college? When did you complete your degree?
2 years ago.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you currently do for work?
I teach.
You teach? Okay. Good. Do you love that?
In seasons, I love that. I think it's different.
Okay.
There's been good times and bad times.
Yeah. All right, so we are now going to transition into maybe what has brought you here today. So, who referred you here? What is the reason why you sought out treatment?
I believe there's two different reasons why. One would be personal with my husband, and the other would be my supervisor would like for me to come in and get some
Okay.
help.
Okay. Well, good. Your relationship with your peers, how has that changed throughout time?
For the most part, it's been consistent. There's been a couple of circumstances that have made things pivot and change that weren't for the better.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on maybe what those circumstances are? Did they have to do with any of alcohol or drug usage?
Yeah, a friend of mine did not like the amount of alcohol that I would drink around her or her family.
Okay. What is your current drug or alcohol of choice?
I like to drink watermelon vodka.
Okay, so you like to drink vodka. How often do you drink?
Every day,
Every
a couple
day?
of times a day.
Okay, so consistently throughout the day, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. And do you know maybe how much you might drink?
Daily, I don't know.
Maybe how big is the glass?
It just depends on where I am, really, or who I'm with, even sometimes. Of what I'm doing, probably on average, a 6 to 8 ounce glass.
Okay. Is it maybe just the straight vodka, or do you drink it with things?
Most of the times, I'll mix it in with something. I have a bracelet that I'll pour it in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
People don't always know.
So, do you might feel that being out, maybe different relationships with your friends, what kind of relationship gets you to drink more? You said depending on who you're with or where you're at, depends on how much you drink. How do you determine that?
Usually it's just if I'm feeling anxious of where I am, or if there's circumstances that make me feel very, very uncomfortable to be around. At school, they really don't prefer me to drink, and I had my bracelet on one day and took a drink.
Okay. How does it affect your working? You say you drink throughout the day, and you are a teacher, so how does that affect you functioning in your classroom?
Well, I guess I was unaware of the functioning aspect of maybe I wasn't performing or acting in a manner that the students deserved, and so I wasn't aware of that, and which is why I'm here today to get help because it was affecting my students.
Okay. Has the amount that you have drank, has it changed over time, or has it always been the same amount?
I have started drinking more.
You started drinking more. What has caused you to drink more?
Probably just life circumstances, just things that have happened in life that it just felt like it was a need to make me feel better.
And then now maybe you have reached that amount, and that's now the amount that satisfies you.
To function daily.
So you do need it to function daily.
Yes.
If you don't have it, have you ever felt any kind of withdrawals? Maybe that you cannot function at all, you can't think clearly, maybe you feel sick?
For the most part, I feel like if I don't have it, I'm not a kind person to other people around me.
It causes maybe some behavioral, some
Yes.
attitude changes.
Yes.
Okay, alright. Is there anything that makes you maybe drink more? Any kind of life events that have caused you to drink more than your normal daily amount?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like there's, the more free time I have, the more I want to drink. The busier I am, I feel like the less I drink. So maybe just staying busy helps me not focus on alcohol as much.
Okay. Could you tell me maybe the first time you used alcohol or were introduced to alcohol?
Oh, I was a teenager at a party.
Okay. Right, and you were with some friends?
I was.
Okay. And did your friends drink often?
That I know of, they just drank at the parties, which is what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just, and I think they still drink. I mean, I'm not with them daily, but
How much were y'all drinking at these parties? Was it just a little bit, or would y'all take it maybe to where you had to be hospitalized, or
we were
had some
never
blackout
hospitalized. Yeah, there was definitely times that we woke up not knowing
spells? Okay.
what we were doing or how we got there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. And right then, how much would you say you drank in one sitting? Was it consistent, or did it just depend on a certain thing?
Oh, I don't even know. We were just high school kids at a party, just living life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And back then, was your substance just vodka still, or did
It
you
was-
maybe just
yeah.
drink?
Whatever, we were just kids. Whatever we could get and however much we could drink is what we were living the weekend life.
All right. And do you now feel like the friends that you're with drink uncontrollably, or more than
No.
you, less than you, about the same?
I probably drink more than my friends do, for sure.
Okay. And around them, they're aware of that.
Some of
or-
them do know and some of them do not know.
All right. Do you feel like maybe you have to hide how much you're drinking from anyone?
I do.
Yes. Who?
My friends, a
Your
lot of
friends?
my friends, my children.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not something I vocally tell them.
Has it caused any arguments or fights between family members or friends?
Just disagreements, I think, with my husband,
Mm-hmm.
not liking the amount of alcohol that I drink or always wanting a drink.
How often does that happen? Do the arguments happen?
Multiple times a week.
Multiple times a week. So would you say maybe about 3 times a week, 4 times
Probably
a week?
3 to 4.
Okay, 3 to 4. And are they big blowouts, or are they just little arguments, or?
I think it's intended just to hey, just an awareness, and
Mhm.
it becomes personal, and then it becomes heated.
How does it make you feel?
Angry, later upset. Maybe the next morning I feel shameful.
Maybe some anxiety from drinking, some guilt. Do you
Guilt.
feel guilty?
Guilty later
Drinking.
on, yeah.
And then how do you deal with that guilt?
Drink,
You drink some more to mask it,
mask
to
the
numb it.
feeling.
Okay. And has your drinking ever affected you having to call into work, not showing up to significant events, maybe not being there for some of your children's events? Well,
Yes, I mean I've not been able to go to work a few times because of not feeling so well.
how often does that happen?
A couple of times a month maybe.
Okay.
I've not so much missed like family events
Mhm.
because of it, but I have missed work more frequently because of not being able to go in.
Okay. What does your relationship with your current family members look like?
I believe it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's been, we're all kind of scattered everywhere, so we try to do what we can to be together, but it's okay.
And who would you say, maybe in the last few months, let's say 3 months, would be your biggest supporter? Who encourages you the most?
Family or friends? Just in
Either.
general?
Yeah, just in general.
I think just my really good friend.
Just one really good friend. Okay, do we have maybe any support or encouragement from any family members?
Oh yeah, I do have that, which is why I'm here. That and work, because they know that I deserve better, can feel better. They love me enough.
You mentioned that you're here from your family members, maybe. Do you feel pressure to be here, or do you want to be here for yourself also, or are you really here because they have pressured you?
I wouldn't say pressure. I would say highly encouraged and
Mhm.
supported.
Okay.
I do want to be here. I recognize recognize that not being here could be a loss to family, it could be a loss of career, it could be a loss of things I've worked so hard and strived to have.
Okay. How much money do you think you have spent on alcohol monthly?
I probably buy alcohol 2 or 3 times a week to keep it on hand. I wouldn't know the dollar amount really. It just
Maybe give me maybe an average
$300 to $500
monthly. Okay. All right. So it just depends on anyone in between there. Okay. So you had said that your family and your work has encouraged you to seek out this treatment. What at work set it off to where they realized that you needed to come in for help and they referred you here today?
I think it would just be that I was missing work a little bit more than what was normal, and then definitely somebody found my bracelet flask that had alcohol on the job site.
Okay. Why do you choose to wear the bracelet flask?
It's pretty. It didn't look like a flask. People didn't really know what it was. They just thought it was a pretty piece of jewelry.
Okay.
An easy way to take something in somewhere I knew I probably shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Has the amount that you have drank changed from high school to now? How would you say it's different? Back in high school, you had mentioned you drank whatever, however much was available, and now you only drink vodka. So what has changed? What made you narrow down to only one specific beverage?
I believe in high school it was just whatever we had, right? People provided whatever. It wasn't, we didn't have a choice, and it was just kind of the weekend party life. But then as an adult, I knew I had it available. I could pick and choose what I wanted and what I liked, and this is just easier, it's easier to take with me, and people don't always know what it is.
Okay. Have you ever had any thoughts of suicide or harm to others?
No,
Has drinking ever impaired your driving or your speech or your functioning?
Likely my speech and functioning, yes.
Okay.
Not being able to teach the way I should be able to my students.
What about driving? Has there ever been any incidents with drinking and driving, any accidents?
A few fender benders here and there. Yeah.
Okay. And were there cops involved with that? Was that a legal issue?
Probably should have been, but we didn't call.
We didn't call cops. Okay. So it was never reported.
Right.
Okay. So for our last section, it's our motivation to change. So you have mentioned that you weren't pushed to be here, you weren't pressured to be here. It was highly encouraged by your loved ones and your coworkers. How motivated are you to continue with treatment and change for yourself?
Yeah, I'm motivated. I mean, this was hard, I think, today to be here, but I'm ready to make a change. I want to be better for my family. I want to keep my career and do better for my students. I'm ready. I'm ready to make a change.
What do you think our first steps would be that you could implement that would be a way to make a change? Our first step is coming here and going through these questions. What do you think you could do as a next step to?
Definitely not taking alcohol to work would be a next step.
Right.
Recognizing where I'm drinking and how much I'm drinking.
Have you ever tried to cut back on that drinking?
No.
You've never tried. Okay. So trying would be the first step.
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me today?
Not right now, but I guess we'll just continue going through the steps slowly. It won't be fast, I hope. That's hard.
Right.
That's hard. So I guess just looking forward to next time.
So what's going to happen from here is I'll go ahead and I'll evaluate all this information, and then we'll look at treatment plans to go forward from here.
Okay.
Okay, everything that you said during today, unless it has caused harm to someone else or yourself, it's going to be confidential, so no one will know about this. You did mention that your coworker or your work had referred you here, so they are going to be requiring to show proof that you have gone through this, evaluation, this assessment. So it will be sent over to them afterwards, after I get it all through, to show either yes, you're good, you're clear to go, or you're not clear to go, and here's your treatment plan from here.
Okay.
So this information will be sent to them.
Okay.
But other than that, it is confidential.
Okay.
Thank you for your time today, Ashley.
Thank you.